ago. But tonight, 2 Navy pilots are dead after their plane crashed in El Centro. The Navy says the 2-seat plane was on a routine training flight when it went down about 3 miles from Naval Air Facility El Centro. The names of the pilots are not being released until family members are notified. The cause of the crash is under investigation.
2 officer-involved shootings, 2 men dead. Tonight, we have confirmation that the man sheriff's deputy shot and killed Saturday was the brother of the transient San Diego police killed last year. Fox News reporter Nancy Aziz joins us now with more on the similar circumstances surrounding the violent deaths of 2 brothers. Nancy.
They may have led different lives, one calling the streets home, the other living in a lakeside condo. But in the end, their lives would be tragically similar. Both brothers
leg and took his wallet. He got away. The victim's wounds are not considered life-threatening. 2 Navy pilots are dead tonight after their plane crashed near El Centro. That plane went down this afternoon 3 miles from Naval Air Facility El Centro. That's about 100 miles east of San Diego. The pilots were on a routine training flight. Their T-34 2-seater plane was based at Naval Air Station Lemoore near Fresno. Military and civilian officials are investigating the crash. Accidents are not stopping the Navy funding the Oscar.
#1 for news, right here, right now. This is News 8 at 11.
2 naval aviators are dead after their plane crashes on a training mission. And that's our top story at 11 o'clock. Good evening. I'm Barbara Lee Edwards.
And I'm Michael Tuck. Military and civilian officials are trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. It happened about 100 miles east of San Diego, near El Centro's Naval Air Station. USA Steve Price is there right now. He has the latest on this. Steve?
Well, Michael and Barbara Lee, the Navy still doesn't have a lot of information as to why this plane crashed. They can, though, confirm that 2 people are killed during routine training mission that happened late this afternoon. Take a look at these pictures. Off in the distance, you can see some smoke. Investigators still trying to figure out why that T-34C turbomentor crashed about 3 miles north of Naval Air Station El Centro. You can see it's a remote crash site, so there were no injuries on the ground. The victims are 2 officers assigned to Commander Strike Fighter Wing Pacific. They're based in Lemoore. That's an area located about 3 hours north of Los Angeles. As for the plane itself, the T-34C is a single-engine turboprop. Its primary mission is to provide primary flight training for student pilots. I spoke to a Navy spokesman earlier tonight. He says he does not know how experienced those pilots are. Investigators were out here for several hours tonight, and they plan to be back out here tomorrow. The Navy is the lead investigator on this. However, we understand the NTSB will also be taking part in the investigation. We also do not have the names of those 2 officers because their next of kin have not yet been notified. We're told that they're based out of Lemoore, but the Navy cannot say if they are originally from San Diego. Michael and Barbara Lee.
Steve Price reporting at El Centro. Thank you, Steve, for that. Firestone are playing the blame game.
Man with a mustache wearing dark clothing. The victim's injuries are not considered life-threatening.
2 Navy aviators are dead tonight after a plane crash near El Centro. A Navy spokesman says the T-34 2-seater turboprop was on a training mission. It went down this afternoon. The names of the victims are not being released, but the aircraft was assigned to Strike Fighter Wing Pacific, which is based at Naval Air Station Lemoore near Fresno. Military and civilian officials are investigating. A big boost for the troubled Osprey aircraft.
Chemicals. Hazmat crews were called out, but no one was hurt.
2 naval aviators are dead after their plane crashed near El Centro. It happened just 3 miles northeast of the Naval Air Facility there during a routine training flight around 4 today. The victims' names aren't available yet, but investigators are trying to figure out what caused the crash.
United Airlines may be grounded this summer. The airline